for you now visuals coming in of Delhi Chief Minister and Aam Aadmi Party National Convener Arvind Kejriwal campaigning door to door in North Goa. These are visuals coming to you live from St. Andre in North Goa. The Aam Aadmi Party chief is there. As we know, the electioneering is hotting up for all the 5 states. Goa will go to polls in a single phase on February the 14th, and the Aam Aadmi Party also leaving no stone unturned to woo the voters of Goa. This is Delhi CM Kejriwal visiting people's homes, distributing leaflets, speaking and mingling with all sections of society there. We have Yasha also joining us. We'll be going across to Yasha as the Delhi Chief Minister campaigns in Goa. But first, let's listen in to what he had to say a short while earlier.
एक बार तो चेंज करना चाहिए, एक बार तो ट्राई करना चाहिए नया पार्टी को, है ना?
जिंदगी में प्रॉब्लम है ना,
हमारी 4 बेटियां पढ़ के घर पे
जॉब नहीं मिला उनको,
नहीं मिला, 4 ही घर पे है। उसको जॉब को कुछ भी नहीं चाहिए, उसको जॉब मिलना चाहिए,
बिल्कुल मिलना चाहिए, बिल्कुल।
अप्लाई तो सभी जगह पे करते हैं लेकिन
जॉब नहीं मिलता ना सर।
तो दीदी आप लोगों ने दोनों पार्टियों को ट्राई किया, उन्होंने कुछ नहीं किया,
कुछ भी नहीं किया।
एक बार तीसरा पार्टी को
घर पे है, अभी 3 साल हो गए।
हाँ, एक बार हमें मौका देके देखो,
देंगे,
है ना?
तुम करेगा ना सर?
एक मौका देंगे तो हम भी, अगर हम नहीं करें तो अगली बार मत देना, एक बार हमें चांस दीजिए, एक चांस, है ना?
हमारी कांडकोंडर फैमिली तरफ से
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू सर।
कांडकोंडर फैमिली है।
And so there you have Arvind Kejriwal, the Aam Aadmi Party chief, mingling with prospective voters in Goa. We'll go across to Yasha now. Yasha, the Aam Aadmi Party is focusing quite a lot of its energies on Goa. What is part of the Delhi Chief Minister's plan today? What can you tell us?
Yes, sir.
All right, some disturbance there on the line with Yasha. We'll be getting back to her shortly. But these are live visuals of the Delhi Chief Minister in Goa. He's distributing pamphlets. As you can see, he was speaking to people in their homes. The Aam Aadmi Party has, of course, already announced at least a portion of its candidates who will be contesting in Goa. It has high aspirations from these upcoming elections. Not only in Goa, we also saw a short while earlier Raghav Chadha speak to us about the party's prospects in Punjab. They are also contesting in Uttarakhand and hoping to make waves in all of these states. But for today, the Delhi Chief Minister is in North Goa. This is hardly the first time he has gone there. He's been traveling to Goa every now and then, every couple of weeks. He's been there. There have been other senior leaders of the Aam Aadmi Party also who have traveled to the coastal state, and they have been campaigning there. Also, you'll remember that the Trinamool Congress is another party that we speak about a lot, which will be contesting in Goa. Let's just listen in to what the Delhi Chief Minister is speaking to people in Goa about.
मता झाडू आमचे दिल्लीच्यान मुखेलमंत्री आयला केजरीवाल आम आदमी पक्षाचे तर तुका ते दिसलो ते सांगपाचें आसा सराक.
Yasha is now joining us. Yasha, we see here Delhi Chief Minister Kejriwal in Goa campaigning in people's homes. What is his program in Goa? What more can you tell us?
Yes, Ankit. In fact, now what we see is that with the Goa elections just approximately a month away, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal is in Goa for a 2-day visit. Wherein today as well as tomorrow he'll be in Goa. Today is expected to have a door-to-door campaign in 3 constituencies. That is that of St. Andre, Korotillim and one more constituency. Tomorrow, wherein he'd also be addressing the party workers. Now, this entire visit is to, in fact, launch the vision statement for the state of Goa for the Aam Aadmi Party. Now, this is where his role has become important of him being in Goa. In fact, he was expected to be in Goa approximately week back, but because he tested positive for COVID, his plan was delayed. Now, with the run-up of Goa elections is where Arvind Kejriwal is in Goa in order to ensure, in fact, he's promised the people of Goa to give a corruption-free environment for them. And now that he is in Goa, he will be addressing the party workers also tomorrow. So this is what his plan of action is in the state. But apart from that, what we also understand is that he had already before this launched a virtual door-to-door campaign last week. So because he wasn't able to be present in Goa last week, like physically, which is when he launched this virtual campaign, and now considering that he is there, today is the actual launch of this door-to-door campaign, and which is where he is right now, say in these three constituencies of Goa. Yes.
Yasha, stay with us. This is valuable information that Yasha is giving us. The Aam Aadmi Party chief is in Goa right now. He's campaigning door to door in people's homes. The Aam Aadmi Party is very careful to state that this is in accordance with the Election Commission's guidelines prohibiting physical rallies. That's why he is traveling door to door himself. He is to unveil the vision document of the Aam Aadmi Party. Earlier, we had seen the Aam Aadmi Party had made a number of promises across the states in which it is going to contest elections. For Goa, they had lined up 6 promises. One of them, of course, is free electricity up to 300 units a month, free pilgrimages as well, employment guarantee for the locals, financial support schemes for women of over 18 years of age, an increase in the Griha Aadhar allowance from 1,500 to 2,500 rupees per month. These are some of the promises that the Aam Aadmi Party is making to the people of Goa. It's hoping to make big inroads there. This is an expansion that the Aam Aadmi Party has been working on for quite some time. We've seen how occasionally an Aam Aadmi Party leader would challenge a minister or two of the Pramod Sawant government. We had seen earlier how occasionally they even held public debates on topics such as electricity. Senior leaders of the AAP versus cabinet ministers of the Pramod Sawant government. And now this is the manifestation of all of that effort. Aam Aadmi Party chief, with just under a month to go before the elections, visiting people's homes. Yasha is still with us. Yasha, you've been tracking this very closely. What is the current state of the Aam Aadmi Party's election ticket distribution for Goa, and who are the big contenders that are likely to play a leading role?
Yes, so like you've rightly mentioned, that as of now there are 6 big old promises that have been made by the Aam Aadmi Party. So I'm considering that the elections are just less than in fact a month away. What we see is that Arvind Kejriwal, because he is in Goa, he is now has in fact announced the first list, so wherein we had seen that there were a few big names that were already mentioned by them, wherein it includes that there were, in fact, the announcement was made by Rahul Mamre, who is the, in fact, convener of AAP Goa unit. There were 10 big names which were announced in the second list. Apart from that, there was a first list also which was announced before this. The 10 big names, in fact, that were announced in the second list include that of in fact, that includes that of Rahul Mamre himself, who is the state convener of Goa. As of now, though there has not been an announcement which has been made by the AAP Goa unit as to who would lead the party, as in who would lead the party if at all the AAP comes to power in the state. But specifically speaking about the constituency that the Aam Aadmi Party leader Arvind Kejriwal right now is campaigning at, there is Ram Rao Wagh, who is in fact the contestant from St. Andre, which like I mentioned in earlier as well, is the constituency where Aam Aadmi Party leader Arvind Kejriwal right now is in fact campaigning. Apart from that, there are another 8 names, bigger names from the Aam Aadmi Party which have been announced. So as of now, there have been 2 rounds of lists that have been announced by the Aam Aadmi Party so far. Because Goa Assembly, for that matter, is a 30-member assembly wherein we see that in order to come to power,
Right. Right, Yesha there bringing us details. The Aam Aadmi Party chief campaigning in a very picturesque North Goa ahead of the assembly elections. We'll be tracking this very closely.